All right, cool. So, hi everyone. Please says hi. My name is Nakia Porter, and then this is my daughter. What's your name?
Liana.
Liana. And we are here to read a wonderful story to you, and we hope you all are doing well, that you are cozy and warm, likely, and ready to hear the story. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, so Lee, what story are we reading today?
We're reading Fancy Party Gowns.
Ooh, and we like to dress up and make clothes,
Yeah,
right?
this is the story of Anne Cole Lowe.
All right. Let's get right into it. See all
You
the
see
nice
all her
pictures?
fashions.
Yeah. All right. Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
There it goes. Climb. Right away. Okay, hopefully that doesn't do it again. Okay, ready?
When she was old enough to thread a needle, Anne Cole Lowe's mama and grandma taught her how to sew. Wisps of cloth would fall from their work tables like confetti, and Anne would scoop them up and turn them into flowers as bright as roses in the garden. Anne's family came from Alabama. Her great grandma had been a slave, so so her family knew about working hard just to get by.
Working hard just to get by. We have family from Alabama too, don't we?
Yes.
We do. My turn?
Yes.
And also knew that doing what you love could set your spirit soaring. Ooh, yes. It says, so that's what she did, working near her mama in the family shop, making glorious dresses for women who went to fancy parties.
You guys heard that?
Dressing up, right? We like fancy parties.
But when Anne was 16, death stole her mama away. There was no one to care for her anymore, and no one to make the dresses.
Mm. The Alabama governor's wife was waiting for her gown and thought about what she could do, not what she couldn't change. So she sat down. She sat down. Oh, come on. She sat down and sewed the dresses herself. Then she stood up and ran the business. Isn't that cool? She stood up and ran the business.
Ran the business.
All right, ready? Your turn. Go ahead, Lee.
Oh, right. Okay. In 1916, Anne got a job sewing dresses for women in Florida. A year later, the women sent her to design school in New York. Anne was a good student and a fast learner.
So it sounds kind of like you, huh? But it was 1917. You say 1917?
1917.
And Anne had to study in a separate classroom all alone.
Do you guys know why?
Because she was African American and life wasn't fair.
That didn't stop Anne. She kept on making extravagant gowns, and year after year, more and more women wanted to wear them. Elegant dresses, party gowns, no two alike.
No two alike. That must mean she made some nice dresses.
Mm-hmm. I feel so happy when I am making clothes that I could just jump up and down with joy, she said. Finally, Anne saved enough money to open a salon of her own and that's a weird country name.
Yeah. And Manhattan.
She had big bills to pay and sometimes not enough money to pay them. That didn't stop her. When Anne saw obstacles, she thought about what she could do, not what she could change.
Not what she couldn't change. So that's very important, right? It's not always about the things that you can't do. It's focusing on what you can do and then making the best from that, right? Because sometimes things are challenging and really, really hard. right?
Mhm.
And we have to be able to overcome them. What do you think she did next? Is it my turn? It's my turn. Okay. So one day, Anne got a special order. A lady in Washington, D.C. was marrying a senator 7 years later. Uh, 7 years later, this man, John F. Kennedy, would become president of the United States. Anne bought 50 yards of the finest ivory silk taffeta and the trimmings to go with it. For months, she cut and sewed. The gown had a wide bouffant skirt with pleated bands and tiny wax flowers, and also made all the dresses for the wedding party. That means the brides and the grooms. The bridesmaids and the groomsmen. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful? Your turn.
Then,
Is it better? That way.
then just 10 days before the wedding, Anne opened the door to her workshop. No, she cried. A pipe had burst, water gushed everywhere, flooding everything. 10 of the 16 gowns were destroyed. Anne thought about what she could do, not what she couldn't change.
What she could do, not what she couldn't change. Can we say that again? What she could do, not what she couldn't change. Because there's some things sometimes that we can't change. All right, it's my turn.
Yes.
She bought more fabric and trim and hired others to help. She lost money instead of earning it. In just 8 days and 8 nights, Anne and her team remade all the dresses. Whew. Do you think that was easy?
No, it wasn't.
But they did it before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they probably have really good communication skills to make this happen, yeah?
See, she's talking to the rest of the group.
Yeah. So everybody can do it together, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So not everybody's just got messed up dresses that are not right for the wedding.
Everybody's on the same page. Nice. All right, your turn. Can you read that?
But when Anne brought the gowns to the mansion in Newport, Rhode Island, where the wedding reception would take place, the butler who opened the door told her she'd have to use the back entrance that was meant for workers. Anne said that if she had to enter through the back door, the bride and the bridesmaids wouldn't be wearing her dresses to the wedding. She entered through the front door. You see her pattern right here.
What was special about the pattern?
The pattern is like different plants and flowers.
Nice. So she was persistent. She was like, you will not stop me from entering, right? Because I'm making these dresses. So that's good. My turn. It says the day of the wedding, all the world, right? All the world saw the future First Lady of the United States, Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy, in her magnificent gown and her bridesmaids dressed in blush pink silk veil. Look at that.
Just like the top of my sweater.
Hey, it does match. Beautiful. See those patterns?
It's so beautiful.
Your turn, Lee.
All right. Hardly anyone knew something more important. The name of the woman who created all those gowns, despite the odds. Why? Because Anne Colo was an African American and life wasn't fair. That didn't stop Anne.
All right, it says famous women wore her gowns at big galas and on television. I'd like to hear about it, said Anne. the oohs and ahs as they come into the ballroom. You be like, ooh, I like your dress. It looks so good. And ah, this dress feels so good. Go ahead, Lee. Your turn.
Anne didn't make fine clothes to get rich or famous. She made them. She made them. She said to prove that a Negro can be that can become a major dress designer.
Slowly, Anne got the recognition she deserved. In 1961, she was named official couture to honor her for the 33 Cinderella gowns she designed for a fancy ball in Omaha, Omaha, Nebraska. After so long, Anne stood up before fashion's biggest names, head held high, and they applauded her. And that's the end. So, what did we learn about the story, Lee?
Oh, what we did learn is that Anne Colo was super persistent, and she never, ever gave up. I hope you enjoyed this story.
I hope they enjoyed too.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for this story today. I'm Mama Kia, and this is
Liana.
And we have just read Fancy Party Gowns, the story of fashion designer Anne Cole Love. May you be persistent throughout all of life's challenges and know that you deserve the best in life. So go out there and be great. Peace.